And what we're playing out here is classic humans versus Cylons, or my opponent's namesake from the Mass Effect universe, the Geth versus the Quarians. The Iconians created the Yor. The Yor and the Iconians had, I don't know if you can call it a civil war, but they went to war with each other, and the Yor claimed the Iconians' original homeland. So now it's a fight. The children versus their creators. Will the Iconians, that's us, be able to reclaim their homeland? Alright, so let's get started here. We now generally know what we need to do. Setting research. Against a human opponent, we probably want to get military going pretty early, but getting extra manufacturing sounds good, getting extra food sounds good. The colonial hospital increases our growth rate, that sounds pretty important. I'm not sure what's going to be more important. Let's start it off with extra production then. That makes sense to me, and then we'll use that extra production to build extra food. Alright, so xeno-industrialization is our first tech. And then, let's see, this is our scout. We don't really know what shape. I'm guessing this is the edge of the map here. Let's just go and confirm that. We'll head over this way. Can I get this guy to move? Have I forgotten how to move? Or is it not my turn? How does this work? If I click on this, is it not simultaneous turns, but sequential? That would be really bad for multiplayer. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can move, which implies to me that we're playing with sequential turns rather than simultaneous, which makes multiplayer, especially if you want to do more than 2 players, quite a pain. Alright, so I could be wrong here though. Alright, so it would be a really good spot for the adjacency for a farm. That's plus 2 population level, plus 5% growth, definitely welcome. We've got a natural wonder, which would boost our tourism. I didn't know originally, but if you want to find out what these different icons mean, or what kind of a boost they give, you just need to double click on that and look at the specifications there. So eventually we could push some good tourism here. That's not really the most exciting. Let's use this area to get a bunch of production going. Do I want to go triple factory? Let's queue those up in any event. And then we've got idle ships. Alright, so now it's my turn. So it does seem to be sequential turns. That's definitely going to be a pain. We'll just have this guy go off and explore blindly. I'll try not to take too long. I'll do most of my talking during Massive Effects turns then. But this could be a pain for sure. And is there an in-game chat? We've got an idle shipyard. Let's go and work on 1 scout. I think that'll be fine, and then a colonizer, or maybe even a creator. Let's queue up a colonizer as well. And we'll flip the turnover. Let's see if there's a chat. The most sensible chat activation would be the enter key. The enter key just flips through the available ships. Diplomacy? No, that doesn't look like. So it looks like the multiplayer is still missing some important features. Or maybe it's like enter? No, that's not it. Maybe the letter C? Maybe one of the F1 buttons? F buttons? No. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's in-game chat, at least it's not evident somewhere. So that's definitely a little frustrating. Oh, it's my turn again. All right, so Massive Effects. And the only notification is just this little icon on the board in the corner. So it looks like the multiplayer is a little clunky, but with just 2 players in the game, I don't think it should be that bad. Alright, so we've got 4 turns left on Xeno Industrialization. If we look at New Iconia, we've got 7 turns on the factory, we've got the 3 ships. The starbase is 8 turns for another scout. We've got no rally point set up and there are no notifications. There also doesn't seem to be an in-game chat, which is definitely a little frustrating. At least Massive Effects can type into my Twitch chat, so that works there. And there's not a big notifier. If I don't pay attention to the indication here, I could easily waste a bunch of time thinking that I'm waiting for Mass Effect's turn when it's actually my turn. So not perfect, but if you're dying to play a game with your friends, then at least it's partially implemented. Okay, thulium and durantium, we want to kick out a creator then. In fact, let's modify how much range would he have currently. With ship range, we've got 37, and can I modify that? Sorry, it's going to be a long turn here, Massive Effects. Let's go and cancel this creator. And then open the ship designer. So what you can do is ditch all of these things. Let's go and edit this, or make a new design, use design. We can ditch a lot of this stuff. So this drops the ship range down to 12, which I think is close enough that I can go for 2 constructor modules. And then I can build out 2 constructor systems in one go. So, but let's double check that. Creator X2, and let's count that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we should be able to drop within range of both of those guys. Let's build out the Creator X2. And then that's the turn. So a longer turn for Massive Effects there. And let's see. So if Star of Hope is still here, we can see if we can get some attention from Stardock. Alright, so this guy, once our creator pops out, we should be able to set up a nice mining base over here. I think we start with all of the appropriate text for that. And I guess during the other player's turn, let's see, can you access the ship designer? You should be able to. So use design, yeah, you can play around with that. So even though you can't do your turn, and it's my turn again, blindly exploring with the colonizer here probably isn't the best plan, but we're doing that. And there's Silly Pseudonym trying to troll Mass Effects, writing in my Twitch chat that he hopes Mass Effects doesn't see my giant fleet popping out of a nebula somewhere. Alright, so there's our creator done. Can I get within range? That's 12 moves. I think we'll be able to do this. Our range is 12. Oh, it's from our planet as well, so we're definitely going to be able to get within range to set up doubly over there. Meanwhile, we'll keep on scouting here, a bunch of dead worlds. And dead and dead. Alright, that's the turn. We'll try not to, we'll try to, although I'm definitely going to forget. Mass Effects is a good support here, to do all of our talking during Mass Effect's turn instead of our own. So planning wise, we are going to be finishing out xeno-industrialization in 2, or industrialization, I should say. And then I think, I'm not entirely sure how powerful the extra growth from a hospital is, but if we stick with the model of civilization where extra growth, extra food is very powerful. So okay, I'll continue that point when it's not my turn. Keep on going here. What kind of a world is this? Earth-like. All right, that's not bad. We could head towards the Earth-like planet. And then we've just got the scout. All right, so this is the edge of the map here. All right, so what I was saying about food and about growth. So population, just like in Civ, does contribute to everything. Oh no, GalCiv has crashed on me. Well, that's frustrating. Okay, let's go and load that up again. And hope that there's a good autosave feature. Alright, we'll flip this over. If we go multiplayer, restore session, that sounds about right. Autosave played 9 minutes. That's the only autosave I have. Before we do that, let's go into game options and gameplay autosaves. Let's drop that down to 0 or 1. Does 0 mean every turn, or does it mean no turns? To be safe, we'll do that on 1, just in case we're misinterpreting how that slider works. And then we'll go multiplayer, restore session, load. And we're just waiting for Massive Effects to join then. Thanks for the tweet there, Starfope. I opened up my Twitter window. I suppose since we do have a bit of waiting time, I could have done that myself as well, but I definitely appreciate the backup there. Massive Effects, always looking on the bright side. Sequential turns might be a little slower, but there's no lag. So, yeah, that's nice. Now, it'd be nice if they could implement some sort of version of simultaneous turns. The simultaneous turns in... ready? Start. In Endless Legend worked pretty well, where it is turn-based, but you can see armies moving around in real time. But I imagine it would take quite a bit of rewriting in the code to get that to work, depending on how they have things set up. Alright, so it's Mass Effect's turn here. Looks like we didn't miss out on anything. It did drop us pretty much where we were before, and I do want to switch us over to some stronger production and science. Maybe split that right down the middle, maybe a little more research even. Yeah, that seems good. So Mass Effects is saying that something's wrong on their end. With the save file, the graphics have changed. We'll see if... because I only had the one save file to restore from. So unless it's uglier, apparently. Alright. Well, hopefully things will work for us here. apparently Mass Effect's background has his colors inverted after the crash, which probably would look pretty bad if we had black stars. Alright, it's our turn again. Let's cut the speculation for now. Alright, so it did send us back one turn. And there, is this the Earth-like planet that we were sending our colonizer over to? Yes, it is. So, for whatever reason, we decided to dodge around the asteroid field there, and then this guy's going to keep on exploring. Alright, so that's the turn. And so Massive X is saying that not only did he get a weird color inversion, but his unit swapped position. And if I'm using the wrong gender pronoun for you, Massive X, do let me know. I'm going to assume your gender, but feel free to correct me. Alright, so choose a new tech. We could keep pushing along the manufacturing or even boosting our science, but I think I want to grab the hospitals as well. So let's go load up the tech tree. We'll go grab planetary improvement. That'll get us some terraforming options as well as the hospital. I don't know if they're actually good, but I want to test that out. So unlike in Civ, food doesn't let you grow faster. It's the growth percentage that lets you grow. And what food does is it controls your maximum population. So I want to get the hospital to boost my growth rate. I don't know all of the terminology offhand. So we've got population with fertile is a modifier on population. We've got moderate approval, which is not doing us any favors here. And let's see, what else ties into that? Alright, so yeah, it's growth per turn, and then there are different modifiers for that, including the hospital. But since I'm currently unhappy, I might need to get some buildings that'll make me some happiness. We'll start working on that soon. Let's see what Mass Effect ends up doing with their turn. I'm guessing since we're playing on a small map that this hexagon here might be the actual shape of the map. So we'll keep on pushing out in Massive Effect's direction. See what we can do there. We want to definitely start claiming these strategic resources. We've got our creator headed over. And over here, some space junk. Some Drantium here, Drantium over here, and an artifact. Can I get a tooltip on that? No. So, alright, well, it's my turn again. This guy's headed over to this Earth-like planet. Meanwhile, this guy, let's see if we can go and study that artifact. Alright, so, are artifacts things to survey, or are they things to that provide a continuous yield from the appropriate starbase? I think artifacts are what we investigate with our scout ships, but we'll find out soon enough. I've probably played maybe 3 or 4 hours of the game, so if you happen to know something about the game, definitely feel free to toss that into the chat. Dallas 3, barely inhabitable. And then what we're headed over to is Dallas 1, the Earth-like planet. It's also got a boost here. Plus 50% to social manufacturing, which I believe is all of the planetary buildings, but minus 25% to growth, or on Dallas 1, minus 25% to food. And that's because Dallas 1 is a desert planet, while Dallas 3 has an active core. This sun goes by the name of Paris. And we're slowly heading the creator ship over. We're building out a scout here. When's that guy going to finish? 3 turns. And then we'll probably work on a colonizer, although another starbase might be fine, especially if I find another strategic resource to pick up over here. Mass Effects is taking a longer turn here, which I don't mind so long as he realizes that it is his turn. If it just happens to be an awkward situation where we don't realize it's our turn, which could definitely happen to me, then that's less ideal. As long as he's making good use of that time, I don't mind waiting. Let's see. Advanced construction, I think so. After planetary improvements, I am going to go down this way, and I think I'm going to get the science booster off of this. But we'll see. Okay, so it's my turn now. Well, check out this artifact. First anomaly survey. We get plus 25% to planetary improvement. For how, forever? I'm not sure about that. Or is it just right now? Did it just boost out one of our factories? I don't think it did. I think we have had 7 turns. That might have been a slight rush to our factories. I'm not sure. But so this is the edge of the map here. More dead worlds. Flip that turnover. So I think 2 scouts is going to be fine. We'll send the other one along the edge here, and we'll have the sentry go and pick things up. We'll settle our first world, grab the 2 resources here, thulium for enhanced targeting, and durantium for enhanced kinetic. So that'll be good. There must be a strategic resource that boosts our missile systems as well. Let's see, I think I want to get the science boost here. Yeah, let's go for research specialization, and then we'll get over towards, should I start sinking some stuff into interstellar travel, precursor traditions, reducing maintenance, orbital manufacturing. That could be useful in mining barracks. Alright, I think I want to do that next. Maybe go over to the orbital manufactory, since we are going to get up a starbase that has the 2 resources there. That sounds like a good plan. Let's settle our first world here. Dallas 1. And do we want less food? We already have a loss of food because it's a desert planet, but a boost to research. Straight up pragmatic or additional food. We'll go for the additional food then. And we've got a boost to wealth and a boost to manufacturing. All right, let's go manufacturing first, and then let's go with specialization. Let's turn this city or this planet into, oh, we need the tech for that as well. All right, well, let's cancel the economic stimulus. We'll go basic factory there, idle ship. What else do I have to investigate? We'll keep on exploring. Swing over this way. Ideology. Do I want a frigate right away? Probably not. Intimidation center. If we want to dedicate ourselves to malevolence, getting that intimidation center would get us a bunch of points. 10 ideology points for each center built. Could be alright. 10% to planetary income or shared border penalty. Let's grab greed here. And that's the turn. So Massive Effects is having some problems with inverted colors. Apparently, the colors on his map have inverted, and so he can't really see the edge. But Massive Effects is saying it's fine, since I'm streaming, there's no need to put another delay in there. Thanks, Massive Effects. You're a good man. Alright, so let's see. We've got some more thulium, more dead worlds. We're working on research specialization. We should be finishing that scout soon. The Iconian shipyard is working on a colonizer that'll be done in 19. I don't have another thing to another planet that I really want to settle. And where did that scout end up getting kicked out to? All of my ships here. A leaf. There's a leaf here and a leaf right here. He's in the shipyard. We definitely don't want him just sitting there. Eject. Create rally point. Upgrade. Q eject. That's weird. Oh, it's not my turn. That's why I can't eject him right away. So we've... Okay, so that's something that's good. So even though the turns are sequential, you can queue up actions when it's not your turn. So we'll have the leaf run over this way. And we'll keep on exploring here. Ooh, a paradise world. So that's where we're going to send this guy. Let's see, we've got an artifact. When's the colonizer going to finish if we don't rush by him? If we did rush by, that would be 1545. I'm not sure if the rush by cost decreases as you put more turns into that. Let's see. So right now the buy cost is 15,045 billion credits. We'll just pass the turn here, but we'll see if that value changes. So now the buy cost is still 1545. Let's see if it flips around to our turn, if that changes. But in the meantime, I'll probably want to start working on another starbase. Got the one planet here. What if I edit sponsors, Dallas? What's my decay? 40% distance decay, so I'll leave that as is. Alright, so it's our turn again. Did the buyout price become cheaper? 1545. It's the same number of turns as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Starting a new turn, auto-saving. I can plan out our moves, that's fine. Like, I'd be fine with simultaneous turns if it was all simultaneous action planning and action resolution. So you would queue up all of your moves like this, have all of the waypoints indicated. When everyone's done their turn, all of the actions are resolved, and then another planning phase. I think that would be fine. Oh, what do we have here? Are these pirates? We've got some pirates. I wonder if pirates ever invade planets. If they do, that could be troubling for us. We can leave them there to... maybe they might make trouble equally for myself and Massive Effects. But we'll see. Now, as for governance, am I happy where we are? We can switch between building out buildings on planet versus building out ships. So right now it's a 50-50 split, social to military. And right now we're pumping a whole bunch of research and manufacturing. No wealth generation. We're losing 2 billion credits per turn, but that's fine. We've got a good stockpile here. Do I want to rush by the colonizer? So it's still the same price for the rush by. Let's build out a second colonizer then. Rush by that guy, and then we'll manually build out the other colonizer. Alright, so it's our turn now. Item has already been rushed for this turn. Get over to here. We're getting closer with the constructor, but man, does this thing move slowly. It might be because I got rid of a bunch of its other modules. Perhaps the other modules let it go a little faster. What do we have here? We've got an artifact, space junk, a bunch of dead planets. Alright, let's check out these artifacts. Over in chat, Massive Effects says, the sad part is that no one will know how well he's doing. I guess once we meet, we'll have the comparative stats. I'm kind of scared by that statement. It implies that Massive Effects is doing really well. I mean, we're doing okay here. We just finished our first colony ship. Do I want to load everyone? It's not really the best planet. Let's just keep it at the 2.5. That'll be fine. Oh wait, actually this is the Paradise World. Well, 2.5 is fine. Let's not drain the capital. This will run over to this Paradise World. Tidally locked. I'm not sure. I guess that's just for a bit of flavor. And there might be text later that give particular bonuses to tidally locked planets. Meanwhile, let's see. Oh yeah, we're constructing a second colonizer here. I'm not really rushing to build out that colonizer, so what we can do is switch everything over to bias that towards planetary construction. Yeah, put most of that towards social, and then just a little bit towards military. And so if we go and look at this, now the colonizer is going to take 133 turns, which is fine. Maybe I'll just rush by that when I need it. Meanwhile, this guy definitely wants to keep on exploring, and we'll roll the turnover. But Durantium, right here. Oh, we need to pick our research as well. Alright, so not researching, technology, choose a new tech. Do I want to start moving into interstellar travel? Or, let's see, we can build out star bases that boost our manufacturing, build out manufacturing capital. This is a 200% boost to manufacturing. That sounds pretty significant. And huge boosts to adjacent. What's the drawback? Manufacturing capital. There's only one per player, so we would have to pick a planet to dedicate to manufacturing. There's the solar plant, a 25% boost to manufacturing, and plus 2 levels to adjacent buildings. The mega factory is plus 40% to manufacturing, but only level 1. So I guess it'd be a balance. If you had a lot of space for adjacent buildings, you'd go for the solar plant. If you had less space, then probably the manufacturing or the mega factory for the plus 40%. But that still leaves me deciding what I want to research. Is it time to go into military? We want to pick up orbital manufacturing. I think we did. Let's get that going. We just met the Yor. No universal translator. Where did we meet up? Oh man, is that the Yor right here? Okay, no weapons, so he can't make too much trouble for us, which is good to know. We've got an idle ship here. Keep on scouting around the edge. With the turnover. And precursor buildings, basic factory in Dallas 1. Alright, that sounds nice. We got a basic factory here. This guy's level 2 thanks to the geothermal springs. If I want to build more factories up here, I can do that. I think I also want to get me something that gets me more credits. That'll be really useful. But while we're waiting, we'll keep on. We could build out a hospital. Alright, let's build out a hospital. We're at 3.1 out of a max of 4. We can go build a hospital here. And then beside that, we're going to build a Xeno. Well, over here is where I want the Xeno farm. And we'll cancel this guy. Yeah, so a hospital, and then that'll boost the ability of the farm to grow as well. That seems like a good plan for +1. Idle ship. Keep on exploring. Let's check out these artifacts, and we'll also head over to potentially intercept the scout that's coming in from massive effects. Arcturus 1 has its own little moon, looks suspiciously like Earth, but it is a paradise planet there with 14 workable hexes right off the bat. I really should, let's see, what's the workable range for one of these guys? Okay, so if I click on, well, let's look in the ship designer. The Creator X2 has 1 move, the Creator X1 has 2 moves. And lots of extra range. Alright, so if we want to pick up some more distant resources, so say we want to grab these 2 Durantium. You're briefly threw up the trade screen. We could drop right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. If I positioned myself over this way, I think I'd be able to pick up 3 of the resources. Yeah, shifting over this way, we'd still have thulium and we'd have double durantium. That sounds really good. Alright, so let's move over there. And then we've got an idle ship here. Let's explore to what might be the edge of the map. We'll find out in a couple turns. And then how's this scout doing? Headed over this way, more dead worlds. A debris field got us another 16 billion credits. We got the pirates, we don't want to be fighting them. There's a paradise world down here. Alright, let's race over there as well with another colonizer. Alright, so now that I've put some more turns into this, it's still the same price. Alright, fine, let's rush by that. And then, do I want to work on another scout, or am I good for now? Alright, that's fine. What we'll do is completely shut down our shipyards. And how much money do I have? I'm losing money. Alright, we'll keep on building out. Well, we'll start building out a colonizer. This guy, though, will be the colonizer level 1 because it has more movement and where we're going. Colonizer, creator, good. Where we want to grab the resources, it's a little further away. So the radius on this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So does that mean I can pick up both of these durantium deposits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, we can pick up both of those durantiums. We'll have all the durantium we could ever want, most likely. What is durantium good for again? This is kinetics. So we could start researching down the kinetic line, especially if we scout massive effects area and see that he doesn't have any durantium. Alright, so our next tech then, after we pick up orbital manufacturing for the mining barracks, which will get us extra resources from that starbase, we'll start researching, start going down the military line. That seems like it'll be exciting. Alright, it's still a massive effects turn. We've got 1 turn remaining on orbital manufacturing, and that'll be just in time for us to set up the creator as well. I put in 2 creation modules, so I should be able to build out 2 improvements for that starbase. Probably the basic mining and then the mining barracks. And then if I really want to, I can start thinking about dropping some other types of starbases, but I think based on how the beginning of our last game went, let's load that up with 2.5. We're starting to really deplete the population from New Iconia here. We're building up the basic factories and then a whole bunch of upgrades. That's really slow production, but I think I'm going to have to leave that be. It'd probably be good. We should probably put a farm down over here and move the farm up in the queue. Wait, farms don't help us grow, it's hospitals that help us grow. Alright, cancel the farm. I want to drop a hospital somewhere. Maybe, I guess, over here would be fine. Colonial Hospital. Drop that in over here. And we've got an idle ship. Let's see. Swing down over this way. And Mass Effects is 1 point stronger. Apparently he checked the diplomatic screen. We'll see if we can check that on our turn so we don't slow the game down. And what kind of... it's also a dead planet. It's big, but it's dead. Alright, let's... ooh, what the heck is this? Is that a black hole? Or something else mysterious? Let's run over to this other paradise world. That's going to take us... how long now? More than 14 turns. Alright, so let's... oh yeah, we want to set up the starbase for sure. So over to here, we're going to construct a starbase, not a shipyard. For a starbase, and as the Iconians... did we build the starbase? Upgrade starbase, alright. So, we get our first guy is free. I don't know if some of these cost more construction than others. They don't appear to, so let's get the mining rig going. Build starbase module, and then starbase defense systems. Let's pass on this for now, because I want the orbital manufacturing, which is still 1 turn away. So let's pass for now. I think it'll let me use it later, so I still have 1 available constructor. We want to turn this into like a super mining base. So that looks good. Next turn, we pop over to diplomacy. How do I look at this? So compared to the Yor Singularity, they are first on faction power, second on population. They have to, the Yor don't grow naturally, they have to build their population. More military power, less... wait a second. Faction power, I have more military? How am I reading this? If we click on ourselves, okay, let's do it this way, this makes more sense. We're first on populations, but we're trailing on economic power. Military, wait, no. We're trailing on economic, tech, tourism, treasury, and influence. Alright, I think I'm fine with that. We got our first Durantium mine, our first Thulium mine, and now we get to pick our next tech. Choose a tech. I think we want to start going down, getting into warfare here. So let's grab the basic weapon systems, and then we'll probably start going down the kinetic line, since that'll make use of our Durantium. But basic weapon systems here, and now that we have the mining barracks tech, let's see, starbase, we want the mining barracks. So let's double check what that's going to do for us. So right now we've got 1 thulium and 2 durantium. If I go and give it the mining barracks, nothing changes yet. But I guess it's because we're still building that out. Once that construction completes, let's see if that increases our yield of mining resources there. Alright, well, it's definitely good to have a source of strategic resources. I'm not sure what this black hole is all about, but we'll keep on exploring. Requests to trade with you. Well, we can see what the trade screen looks like. So, he's already got Durantium and Promethean up. Promethean is used for something, I don't know what. He's got some trade resources, Ultra Spice, and some other stuff. Do we have any? We also have this Arctocarpus viralis. I don't think we want open borders, so that's fine. Let's look at these ships. The Surveyor has similar stats to our starting unit. All of the probes are unarmed, and we both have the 1 starbase. Okay, so we do seem to be relatively even here. One of the Mass Effects named one of his colonies Primeval. Alright, so we are pretty much even here. Go away, you don't make sense. We probably... I mean, thulium is all well and good. If I could get a resource that I don't currently have, or can I rush by this creator? No, I don't have the gold / credits for that. Let's see if we can up our production then. We go, oh, okay, so it's our turn. Let's play with that on the next turn. It's not an urgent correction that we need to do. And this guy, keep on skirting around on this side, outside of our fleet range. Alright, so we'll start heading back then. And as for the creator, does he still have creator pods? Command. Ah, he can actually create 2 shipyards. Alright, well, but he has half the movement, so it's actually not... well, we could go and create like a military starbase of some kind. That's definitely an option. Let's start moving him forward in any case. But what spot makes the most sense for dropping a military starbase? Let's, we'll scout forward with this guy. We'll have the scout clean up the rest of this area. And we have an idle ship, do we? No, it's not our turn. So let's plan out some more of our moves here. Maybe head over to here. And we're 2 turns next tech. We can maybe slow our tech. Ooh. Is he gonna... This guy's armed. Oh, alright. So this guy has moves of 2. This guy has 5 moves. Oh man, Massive Effects is totally gonna intercept me here. Is there anything I can do about that? I don't have troops to protect, so I think we're just finished. I could start running away and maybe he won't know I'll be out of his sensor range. Let's see, his sensor range... We could just settle these dead worlds. But I don't think that does anything for us. Alright, run away? Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get away from him. So... and I don't... My only armed ship is way to the south. And we can't retreat. Alright, well, I think that was just bad luck. There's no fast clicking that we can do. And I have nothing that I can send in for protection. Although, Mass Effects has wandered off. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe he's taking mercy on us since he may or may not be able to hear everything that we're doing. I think he has muted the stream and is just typing into the stream chat. But in any case, we'll take mercy where we can get it. So here's an unarmed probe, which we could attack. But not returning the generosity that that more serious scout left us. Alright, so it's our turn here. Idle ship. This guy. Let's see. Alright, so we won't attack this guy right away. We'll leave him there for now.